After a amazing 13 race season, we have one race remaining in season 1 of the Amsoil ARCA Series. The title is clinched, but we still have 63 laps to decide the final winner for season 1 of the Amsoil ARCA Series. We are here at Smyrna Speedway to continue speed race on the channel. Who will win the Amsoil 250 here tonight in the final race of season number 1. What's up everyone, it's the boy on Racing Life 7, aka Nathan Stapleton, and welcome back to New Smyrna for the second night in a row. Last night we saw a bonfire of a East Series finale, and tonight we are here for hopefully the same for the ARCA Series. Of course the title is already clinched by Tanner Partin one race early. We will talk about that later on in the night, but we are here for one more race winner here in season number 1, and I'm joined once again by Wassup.
Hello Nathan, hello viewers, welcome to New Smyrna for the final race. After 14 races rather, we have reached the end. Nathan, can you believe it that all of the ARCA series, all of the brilliant races that we've had, it's all coming to an end. And then in a few short weeks, we will have JBL and Truck Series back.
Yeah, without doubt, it's been a very fun season for these ARCA series. Almost every race has been fantastic, and tonight is the last of them. And I can say that there's probably a good chance of this returning for this year, I should say, in the fall slash winter, but just have to wait and see what ends up happening. And of course, after tonight, you mentioned Cup and Twists, we will kick off season 5 tomorrow night with the Power Clash at Daytona for the JBL Cup Series. But first off, we have to get through the ARCA Series here tonight. And what to think we will see here tonight at New Smyrna, knowing that the title is clinched, but we still have one more race winner to decide.
Very good point about the title already being clinched. The drivers that are from second onward in points, they're not going to really fight that much, but there is definitely going to be jostling to get that final win of the season. There are a ton of drivers that have still yet to win that want to mark their names into the books here in Season 1 of ARCA.
Yeah, without doubt, you mentioned a ton of drivers. One of those is Caleb Bowles, building in the point standings. No wins. St. Crawford, who looks like the championship favorite early on, still no wins. Angel Cucera, Kellen Bradley, Evan Bullitt, just name a few. A lot of drivers without a win. We'll have to get one more here tonight. Gonna briefly go over the point standings, even though there's not much to really talk about. Hamilton had clinched the title. He has a 30-point lead over Richard Folkman in second. We do have a really good three-way battle for second, third, and fourth in points, though. Rose is 32 points behind, and Orman is 32 points behind. So second through fourth are only 2 points with each other, so that's going to be interesting right there. Sustry is in fifth, 45 points behind. Crawford is in sixth, also 45 points behind. Gutierrez is in seventh, 47 points behind. Bradley is in eighth, 51 points behind. Evan Book is in 9th, 53 points behind, and Nico Samadeo, Mr. Edge, is in 10th, 63 points behind. So we don't have a lot of championship mentions here, but gonna be interesting of what ends up happening here tonight at New Smyrna Speedway. And with that being said, here is the starting grid for the Amsoil 250 here tonight. Josephine O'Neill is on the pole in number 20, and alongside is Marlon Kennington looking for win number 2 on the season. Kyle Sestry in third. Josh South in row 4. Starting in fourth. Will Parrish in fifth. Roberto Contronier, who's had a terrible season, in the sixth spot. And Abel, who I believe won at ILP, looking for his second win on the season, starting in seventh. And eighth is the number 27 of Logan Williams. And ninth is Sean Mullen, again with another good qualifying effort. And the man out the top 10 is the number 6 of Max Davis. And these 24 drivers will get one off here for the final time of season 1 for the Amsoil ARCA Series. 63 laps on tap here tonight at New Smyrna Speedway. If anything is what we saw last night in the A-Series, we're in for a treat. Who do you think will get the final win of season number 1?
Knowing that there's not a championship to go battle for anymore here in this last race, the drivers that are fighting for the title aren't going to go super hard, but that does not give them a reason to race with their heart. I believe that with the season that she's had, with the many close calls that she's had, being there so many times to victory lane. Only one victory of the season. That is the pole sitter, Josephine O'Neill. Coming off at turn number 4, Nathan, one final time. Tighten them belts one more time.
It's been a fantastic season for the Amsoil ARCA Series season number 1. We have green flag racing for the final time. This is Amsoil 250 at New Smyrna. Close call with the 69 and 1 and 2 right there. As O'Neill will leave that number 1, get a bonus point towards the championship, even though it does not matter at this point. While Kennington's going to get to the inside of O'Neill with 1 and 2.
Almost a side-by-side battle there off of turn number 2. Josh South there on the 69, briefly mentioned there. He got shoved up wide into a 3-wide situation, backed out, and is now up on the outside. And we've seen on that outside from the East race that is not where you want to be. You want to definitely stick your car on the inside. That's the 03 of Will Parrish. He's also had a pretty solid season for himself. He washes up a little high, giving the advantage to Aaron Abel, who had a disastrous Chicagoland race last time I was here up in the booth. And look at Shauna Martin there battling with the 10 of Carolina, or Kyler Sustray rather. Shauna Martin, another abysmal season, as well as a few other drivers here in this field looking to make one more effort to get a better result here at the end of the season.
Yeah, without doubt, it's going to be interesting what ends up happening with some of these drivers like Aaron Abel. Can be full-time in Cup and Truck since Season 5. Would love to have a good one to end the ARCA season. And same with Sean Martin, would love a good finish to carry into the debut Truck season for Front Row Motorsports. Gonna wash Parrish off the racetrack. Reggie Folkman, who has had a really good season but gonna not be able to get the title. He's gonna be owning it in both Trucks and Cup. He's up front. Meanwhile, back up to the top spot, O'Neill still leading on lap 7, but Ronald Kennington is really trying to get past his number 20.
Yeah, he's been lurking right on her back bumper for the last 8 laps now as we come across the start-finish line going into turn number 1. Yeah, he's been there, lurking there in the background, trying to find the line that she's not using to get to his advantage, but it just seems to not be working as he's still stuck behind Josephine O'Neill going on to lap number 9.
There's a couple of different ways that you can get through these corners. You can run a lane and a half high, like O'Neill, but you can run a little bit low, like Kennington did in 1 and 2. Can't quite get to the inside, but Kennington might be there off of 4. He will side by side. Kennington, he won at either ILP or Chicagoland. One of the two. One of the races late in the season, trying to get his second late race victory of season number 1, and he's going to take the top spot on that number 11.
Took him about a lap or so, but he finally got around Josephine O'Neill, new leader, Ronald Kennington Jr., as we already mentioned. He has those wins already of the season, but will Josephine O'Neill try and pursue that lead back? Oh, she got a great corner there. They're going to go side by side. She's there on the quarter panel. Is she going to back out? No, they're going to go side by side into 1, and we have our second battle for the lead on our hands here at New Smyrna. But watch out. Don't look now, because that's Aaron Abel in 3rd place, being pursued by the 06 of Carolina Bradley. They both won a great run here to the end, and now Josephine O'Neill clears the 71 of Kennington to retake pole position and P1 here at New Smyrna.
You mentioned Kennington trying to get win number 2. So is Abel trying to get win number 2 late in the season. But how about O'Neill? She got win number 1 at the very start of the season. I'm pretty sure she won at Daytona to kick off season 1. So we'll love to end the season in the way that she started the season with, winning both Florida races. Here comes Aaron Abel to the inside of Ronald Kennington for this second spot. Not gonna get quite there. Maybe a little bump. Little side drive off the corner, side by side for second.
Kennington got that arrow push way up the racetrack, but he saved it up for the backstretch. But now here comes Aaron Abel on the quarter panel, and now side by side going back into turn number 1. Kennington lost the lead, and he's now about to lose P2 as well. And he might lose this spot in P3 if he's not careful, because Carolina Bradley is there trying to stick her car to the inside, and Kennington, all of that is on the outside trying to get back into his rhythm, and Aaron Abel up to P2 will now set his sights on the lead.
Ronald Kennington with a great one here tonight, and Abel with a great night as well. Gonna quickly look and see where the champion is. Tampon is still deep in the field. He qualified 18th. still in 18th. He does not have to do anything special here tonight, but not a great one for Tanner Partin up to this point early on. But this is why this is the longest race of the season. Only lap 19 of 63 in the Amsoil 250, and is O'Neal, Abel, Connington, Bradley, and second in the points, Reggie Folkman running out the top 5.
And in his defense, Tanner Partin doesn't need to have a great race. He already has this thing locked up. All he needs to do is just keep the car clean and bring it back in one piece. Don't wreck it, and then he'll be fine. He'll collect that paycheck, but meanwhile, here comes Aaron Abel. He got a great corner, great backstretch. Will he be able to get onto her quarter panel, going onto the front stretch, wall over her back bumper, but still no side-by-side. But O'Neal is being pursued once again. Does she have a long-run car in the making, or would Kennington have a car like that, or Aaron Abel for that matter?
Oh boy, that was a little bit close off of turn 4. Going to be interesting of, like I said, of who will have a long-run car, because we shouldn't expect to see any pit stops here tonight either, like it's been all season, but still going to be important to have a long-run car if this thing stays green like it has. Lap 23 now, and Abel to the point. The top 5 all under a second of each other, and this is fantastic racing to kick things off.
So far since getting around her, Aaron Abel, as he washes up the track just a tad bit, and just that tad bit's going to bring O'Neal right back to the side-by-side, and O'Neal's going to force him way up. Here comes Carolina Bradley trying to take advantage of that, and onto his quarter panel. Carolina Bradley moves to a side-by-side position with Aaron Abel on that outside, and he's going to fall back because here comes Reggie Fogelman right onto Carolina Bradley's back bumper, and Fogelman's going to use up the 2. It's only slightly. He's going to dive it in, and Aaron Abel is going to fall from the P1 to all the way to the outside, almost gets up into the wall, and he will continue to fall as Kennington will send it in, but here comes Carolina Bradley. So much action here, Nathan.
And this is why we are using this racetrack for the Season 5 JBL Cup Series All-Star Open and All-Star Race. Fantastic racing here tonight early on in the Amsoil 250. These guys and gals know the championship is not on the line anymore. They want one more race victory in the final one of Season 1, and so many drivers want it. Now, Bradley to the inside of O'Neal, 2 females going for the race victory. Almost halfway through the Amsoil 250, and Bradley's going to take it.
Drivers that want it really bad is Carolina Bradley, and she goes for it. O'Neal drifts up the racetrack only slightly, almost up into the wall. Kennington it to the inside of Reggie Fogelman in the 23, and that's a good side-by-side battle for P3. Aaron Abel collected his stuff, and he'll see if he can get back into this fight for the lead. But all of this side-by-side battle is bringing everybody back in. We see drivers like Shauna Martin, and I believe that's the 42 there of Jacob Miller. Jacob Miller getting around Shauna Martin there with quite considerable ease. But all of this side-by-side battle for the lead, for P2, for P3, all of that's bringing everybody back in, and we might have a race on our hands if it hasn't already.
Yeah, that is a very, very good point. Martin, Miller could catch back up. Evan Burke will perish south. Crawford, they could all slowly make their way up, and being making their way up. The champ is still moving his way up to the front, up to the 12th position now after being starting in 18th. Battle for the 6th position between Sean Martin and Jacob Miller. These two keep on going back and forth for this position. Meanwhile, Kennington is going to move his way back up to front. Halfway through the season finale here at New Smyrna, and it has been once again another barn burner here. Caution free up to this point, but fantastic racing. Now here comes Fogelman, second in the points, trying to leave second in the points here tonight, up to the 3rd spot.
That was quite a gaggle there of cars there. Last lap on the backstretch. Aaron Abel to the inside of Josephine O'Neal going into turn number 3. He'll get that. Josephine O'Neal will settle right back behind him. But Kennington, he's found his stuff once again. He's saved up, and Bradley, trying to pursue away from that pack, has now been caught right back from the 71 Ford Mustang of Kennington. Trying to get that number 2 win of the season. Almost tried the bump and run, wasn't successful, and he'll try for another lap to get Carolina Bradley and that P1 position.
last night in the East Series. We went caution free, but the racing was fantastic so far. Caution free with 24 cars and a little bit more laps, and same result. Fantastic racing. And it is Bradley out front, trying to get her first win on the channel, I believe, and first win on the season. Kennington trying to get his second win on the season, of course. Tudor, who is the, I guess, owner of this name and several names, he's gonna be the owner for Nice Motorsports in the truck series, and I'm just gonna say that that team scares me in trucks if they do the reins. I can say that a lot about the Power Truck Series. Top 2 goes way wide. Fogelman to the inside now for second.
I don't think Kennington expected his car to drift up as much, and just like that, here comes Reggie Fogelman. The 06 up the track slightly, but the 23 sideways off the corner, gets a better corner though, and he's right on the back bumper of Carolina Bradley. Aaron Abel makes the move to P3 past Kennington, and just like that, everybody side by side. Here comes Fogelman to the quarter panel, and now side by side for the lead once again. Bradley stuck up on that outside, and we might have a new leader, and just like that, indeed, new leader of the race, Reggie Fogelman.
Reggie Fogelman is second in the point standings. He has 1 win so far this season, and he's trying to get his second. And you know, if only Tanner Partin did not clinch the title at Toledo last time out, then things would be a little bit interesting with Tanner Partin being in 12th and Fogelman being in 1st. But it is what it is. Fogelman 20 is second win on the season either way. Bradley in second, Kennington in third, and a battle for 4th between Abel and O'Neal.
O'Neal trying to get to that inside, and she did there on the backstretch. Will Parrish there trying to pursue this gaggle of cars, and behind him Jacob Miller. Behind, that's the 15 of Evan Burke, and behind him is Shauna Martin. That might be a side-by-side battle going into turn 3. That's the 1 of Zane Crawford, the 69 of Josh South. And just like that, side-by-side, as we called it, there's the champion right there, the 43 of Tanner Partin, all behind this. Side-by-side, Shauna Martin to the inside. Evan Burke slides up, way up the racetrack, and Shauna Martin will take advantage of that. Here comes Aaron Abel trying to reclaim that 4 or 5 position. But he won't be successful that time around. O'Neal way up the racetrack. That's going to give the edge to Aaron Abel, and we'll see what that produces here in the next few laps.
Side by side of second between Kennington and Bradley. Still caution for you in this one lap, 47 of 63. Gonna check on the tires, and there's not much tire. It's only about 4, maybe 3 or 4 tenths, but tire might be playing into a factor a little bit here late in the going in the Amsoil 250. Kind of surprised that we've gone caution free up to this point with the racing that we have seen. Abel and O'Neal keep on going back and forth for this 4th place spot, and that was a little bit close off turn 2.
Yeah, that was very close. Almost too close for comfort, some would say, Nathan. Great battle of the P5 positions here in this main pack, as we would call that. But what I've noticed is that all the drivers that have been battling haven't faded too much. Yes, O'Neal went from the lead and fell back to P4 or P5, but she's managed to keep relatively around the same pace as everybody else. Kennington washed up the track. Here comes Bradley to the inside. She will send it in the bump and run, but Kennington gets the run off the corner, and Carolina Bradley will try once again. But yeah, going back to my point, everybody that's battled here for position has been consistently up here. Bradley got a better corner. Kennington washed up the track once again, and Carolina Bradley side by side for P2 will try to chase down Reggie Fogelman as soon as she can, as soon as she's done with Kennington. We'll see how long that lasts, and not very long. Almost clear, and oh my god, they're still side by side. Now they'll be clear, yes. And oh, Kennington almost up under the wall. Aaron Abel gets around. O'Neal right there with him. And just like that, going from P2 to P5 in the matter of 2 to 3 laps is Ronald Kennington.
The outside lane is not where you want to be at all at this Smyrna, and I think some of these drivers that might be in the Cup Series and that might be in the All-Star Race and the All-Star Open later this summer they might be taking some notes of what to expect here. I know Fulkerman's going to be a cup owner, so maybe can get some experience to one of his drivers of Aaron April here in this 0-2. Probably going to go wide in turn 2. And these guys are really going wide now as Tyler getting pretty worn out. And still, boy, Kennington.
Kennington is really pushing that Mustang there. He slides up, almost up into O'Neal there. But yeah, Bradley went way up the racetrack, washed up an incredibly amount. But Aaron Abel now up to P2, and with a little under 10 laps to go here in New Smyrna for the season finale, Reggie Fogelman dominates this later part of the race. Carolina Bradley got the run off the corner once again, and she'll go side by side with Aaron Abel going into turn 3. Side by side behind them, O'Neal to the inside of Kennington. Bradley clears Abel, and Abel will try to fight back from top to bottom to get back to P2.
Wow. This racetrack is incredible. Bradley just got past Abel, but Abel said, nah, I want that spot right back to the inside, side by side, and this battle from second on back is really allowing Will Parrish to catch up to these four, and it's allowing Reggie Fogelman to pull away massively with 4 laps to go at New Smyrna.
Yeah, but we don't want to call this race official just yet. We remember Shane Wensloff in the East race blew up from the lead, had some kind of mechanical failure, and finished dead last. I remember that. We don't want to call this race just yet, but it's safe to say that it's coming into his hands. Bradley gets around Abel, and side-by-side battles further back. Abel will try to close the door. Kennington almost spins out. He'll save it. Abel with the run. Boy. Kennington with the run as well. And they'll go almost 3 wide off of 4. Bradley almost up into the wall. Abel used her up big time. Here comes Kennington to the inside, trying to take advantage of that. Will Parrish out of nowhere comes into this battle. O'Neal sees this 4-car battle for P2, and just like that, 2 laps to go at New Smyrna. Nathan, I don't want this to end.
Unfortunately, this is going to end final lap of the season finale. Incredible racing 5-way battle for second. Off of turn number 4, Reggie Fogelman will win the Amsoil 250. And off of turn number 4, it is now official. The season 1 Amsoil ARCA Series champion. He clinched it 1 race early, but it is now official, and we can celebrate it here tonight. Tanner Partin is he is the champion.
What a great season. 3 wins. Didn't tear up the car, got it relatively clean here at the end of this thing, and at the end of it, he is your season 1 ARCA Amsoil Series champion.
An amazing, dominant second half of the season for Tanner Partin. He was not able to get his 10th top 10 on the season here tonight, but he's still going to end the season with 3 wins, 7 top 5s, and 9 top 10s. And a dominant late season won by Tanner Partin, and a dominant late race charge from Fogelman. Because of all that crazy 5-way battle for second, he pulled out to almost a 3-second lead, gaining his second win on the season. Kennington in second, Will Parrish late got third, Bradley in fourth, Abel in fifth, O'Neal in sixth, Jacob Miller in seventh, Finn Crawford in eighth, Sean Martin in ninth, Evan Burt rounds out the top 10. What a finale, caution free for the Amsoil 250, but it put on one heck of a show, and I am very excited for when we have these cars on track here later this summer for the All-Star Open and All-Star race, because if that is some of the racing we will see, then sign me up, because that was fantastic. What a finale. What's the final thoughts here at New Smyrna after that long burn of a race once again?
Final thoughts? I think that I could go on for as long as this race went on. We saw such great battles from first to second to third, from fourth to fifth to sixth. Will Parrish made such a late race comeback. Amazing stuff from him. Amazing drive. And at the end, he gets third place. He wasn't even in the conversation with 10 laps to go. Made his way up. And what an effort by him, by his talents behind the wheel. The 03 gets P3, Kennington finishes P2, and Reggie Fogelman, while it's not the title, he closes out the season on a very high note going into the JBL and Truck Series season as owner. Fantastic race, Nathan, and that is a fantastic way to close out the season.
Yeah, without a doubt. We might not have had a title on our hands, but we still had one more race victory that every single one of the top 6, top 7 wanted to get. And unfortunately, only one driver was able to get it, but still a fantastic race, a fantastic season. I cannot tell you guys how much I have enjoyed season number 1 of this series. And it's going to be a sign one to the end for the year on the channel. Fantastic one here at New Smyrna. Congratulations to Tanner Partin on the race victory. And it's going to be a signed season, season 5 of the JBL Cup and Truck Series. For Blossomic, I'm Nathan Stapleton. Congratulations to Reggie Fogelman on the race win. Congratulations to Tanner Partin on the Season 1 Championship. And we will see you guys tomorrow night for the Poly Clash to kick off Season 5 of the JBL Cup Series. Bye!
Bye-bye.